Welcome, welcome everybody. This is our second night that we're going to discuss what's happening in Jerusalem and in Israel today. Really, the area is called Otef Azah. Otef Azah in English represents the envelope around Gaza. And when we talk about the envelope around Gaza, we're talking around really the neighborhoods or settlements. You might want to use the word cities. I guess it's depending on the size of the country that you live in, how you see it, but settlements, neighborhoods for a country our size is kind of how we identify the groups of where we live and where we cohabitate as a nation. What I have on my screen right now is a screenshot of what's called red alert. And it says red alert in Jerusalem. The reason that I photographed this was because it lists mom and dad's neighborhood, Vaseret Zion, on it. And these alerts are live alerts. In the United States, think of Amber Alerts, think of tornado alerts, or any type of alert that you want the society to receive, and it's live fed, right? As it happens, these alerts show up. It goes through people's phones. It goes to the TV stations. It doesn't matter if it's a news alert like this, or if it's a TV show that you're watching with the family. And what you see popping up on the side is a list of neighborhoods, again, like I said, cities, neighborhoods that are under imminent attack of missiles that have been launched that are heading their way. And if the list is larger than the size of the screen, the list will, basically flicker and change to show the different places that are under imminent attack. What that means for the citizens is they are basically asked to go to their bomb shelters. And if they don't have a bomb shelter, a public shelter. If it's not a public shelter and you happen to be driving and this shows up on your phone, they educate you to pull off the side of the road and either get low in a ditch or right next to a wall or a structure of some sort to reduce the chance of you being harmed. And this could happen anytime. It could happen any hour of the day. What we've seen in this particular attack that we've received is that they are shooting thousands of rockets at the same time, all the way to Jerusalem and south, all the way down to the different cities that are around the Gaza Strip. So when you hear red alert, everybody knows what that means. It means get down or go to a place where you can find some safety. I guess in the States, people remember getting under their desks at school for protection from an atomic bomb. One of the things that I heard today on the news that I found interesting was the idea that there were 1,500 terrorists that entered the country, both through land, through the ocean, through the waterways, and through the air. And the ways that they entered through the ocean was that Gaza borders Israel on the ocean side, and they either come in zodiacs and boats, either they're diving and coming up from under the water, But we had today another terrorist unit that entered next to the border with Gaza. There is a city called Zikim, and the beach is called the Beach of Zikim. And there was another incursion attempt and another battle to prevent that unit from making it into the country. When it comes to the air, I think I mentioned yesterday, they use ultralights and they flew in over the fence into the country. They have breached the fencing that we've had in that border in a number of places, and Israel has maintained some semblance of a border by engaging with the terrorists through air, either through Apache helicopters, drones, and soldiers, but mostly through the air on both sides of the fence, eliminating any threat from that area. So the battles are continuing from that aspect. I saw a interview with a paratrooper unit who said they had a helicopter land right in the middle of one of the cities that was captured. As soon as they landed, they were under fire, and anti-rocket, anti-tank missiles were shot at the helicopters, and they were in a battle where they, I think he said between 15 to 100 different terrorists they eliminated in that battle and basically brought back that specific city to some peace and quiet. And as soon as they landed, he said that his commander was shot and killed. He was the last one getting off, I think, the helicopter, something along those lines. I wanted to also kind of give you an idea of what's happening in Israel. And I'm going to show another image here. This image is of a news cast. And in this newscast, the soldiers are complaining, and in the bottom in Hebrew it says that they have deficiencies, they're lacking things. And this is what we heard from Yuda, from our congregation, that they are lacking some basic needs. They're lacking some things that will help them defend better. And also, in the same time, they have citizens that are all signing up, right, to be able to go into battle as well. So that's good news. I'm going to turn off this slide and show you another slide that has to do with food distribution. All the people that have been displaced or remaining in the different settlements in the south are some without electricity, without water, without food, and there is a mobilization happening in place to bring food, bring water to those families that are down there. So that's what this image is from. In Ashkelon, which is northeast of the Gaza Strip, they're still being shelled, they're still being bombed. A lot of the area is still being shelled constantly, and they're doing it in waves, which changes really people's lives and ability to know what to do. So they'll shell for a while, and then they'll pause, and people question, well, can we come out? Is it safe? And then they'll start shelling again the same area. Um, so it's kind of chaotic and hectic from that aspect. Um, Another image that I wanted to show was what happened uh, today. The Army announced that uh, people need to uh, basically prepare for 72 hours of lack of food and water. And when they did that, uh, it resulted in a panic. But in addition to that, uh, fake news is being sent out. And one of the fake news is that was sent out today was that Israel was going to attack Iran, and uh, people went crazy and just cleared out the grocery stores. Um, so we're having the same type. I don't say it's hoarding, but it's fear. We experienced it here in Nashville for toilet paper with COVID-19. Uh, and you can see the same type of human reaction to stocking up. This time it was food and water. Um, Ashkelon had additional terrorists that uh, were trying to commit additional atrocities, and the military and the police engaged with them. They eliminated the threat, and uh, this video that we see playing right now uh, basically shows uh, the roads being blocked, uh, the vehicles uh, being searched, or having permission to, uh, if they're safe or not safe to go through, right? Later on in the show presentation here is that they uh, give the notice that they actually eliminated the terrorists, and they're giving an update on that engagement that they had with the terrorists. So I don't know if you, I don't think we get all this kind of detail, right? Um, this is John Kirby from the White House. One of the things that they uh, wanted to demonstrate was that the whole world is basically uh, engaged with what's happening with Israel. And they invited a lot of the press from the world to come down and view the location where the heinous crimes took place. And I think the world was basically surprised to see how bloody, how cruel this event was. Also, you could see around the world, they showed on the news the different engagements of support from Paris and Germany and some cities in the United States. I think that really gives people a lot of hope and a lot of comfort, uh, knowing that the world is with them. Uh, those images that we saw of people that were taken back to Gaza uh, were American citizens in some cases. I know there's some from Germany, but they're not all Israelis that have been captured. And the United States today was very careful not to name how many American citizens are actually in the hands of Hamas. I want to also take a second and kind of share with you something else, and that is that up north today, Israel has returned fire to Lebanon. There were 15 rockets that came from Lebanon. So Israel did not sit back and let that go without an answer. They want the North to know, they want Lebanon to know that we're able to engage with terrorists in the country, in the southern border, and we're prepared in the northern border as well. They've sent up tanks, they've sent up battalions up there that are patrolling the areas that are closest to the border, the settlements, the neighborhoods up there constantly, 24 hours a day at night. I saw videos of tanks driving through the streetways, giving the citizens a show of force and a sense of hopefully feeling secure that the military is up there and is prepared. I'm going to fast forward this video. You can see the soldiers are sitting there and the tanks. I'm going to see if we can get to the row of tanks. What you see in the sky there is, again, in the envelope of Gaza, they're shooting rockets again. And that's the Iron Dome shooting and trying to take some of them out. That's what those clouds are. But up here in the north with Lebanon, if I scroll fast enough, maybe I bypassed it, but there's a whole bunch of tanks lined up. That's always impressive as a child to see all those tanks. I'm going to scroll to a section actually in the newscast today, which is this gentleman right here. And I'm going to tell you about what he does. It's mostly Orthodox Jews. It's a volunteer organization. It's an acronym called ZAKA. And it is basically an organization that engages with retrieving or rescuing bodies of individuals that died in an unnatural manner. It is something that has people from all faiths, Christian, Druze, Bedouin, even Muslim, different age groups, and they go and retrieve the bodies, or even, sadly to say, parts of bodies of individuals that get brought back to be bathed, cleaned. I don't want to use the word processed, but they go through the forensics that need to happen when bodies are recovered. It's a very difficult work and volunteering thing to do. One of the things that people say is that what they do is they're honoring the dead, and it's considered truly a true good deed, a true virtue to do it. And the reason is what they're doing for the dead have no way to repay for their kindness. So ZAKA is the Disaster Victim Identification Unit. I think it started out in 1989 and became more formalized officially in 1995. We send them worldwide, not only to deal with the the terrorist activities in Israel, but they go to the United States if there's an emergency. They go to all these other countries where they're retrieving bodies from earthquakes or any type of natural disaster. Uh, they're there in a volunteer way, and it's something that I've never seen anything else like that before. So I thought was an interesting thing that we have in Israel that I haven't seen anywhere else when it comes to dealing with those that have passed away. Um, I think that is the last thing that I had on my list that I wanted to cover today. Um, there were some more terrorist teams that they took out, um, but I think that process is going to continue. Um, so please continue to pray for our soldiers, for our volunteers, um, and for the nation to heal. This is, again, showing the support that's happening around the world, and you're part of a bigger group of people that are praying for Israel and lifting it. If you go to the Nativia page, which is Nativia in Jerusalem, Daniel has posted a video today of them already delivering drones, delivering different supplies to the different units. And I know that we've received funds and we appreciate those donations. Um, on the Nativia site, under donations, there's links for donating directly to Israel, or if in the United States and you need a tax deduction, at the bottom of the page there are buttons for tax deductions, uh, donations that come through Nativia USA here in Mount Juliet, Tennessee. We're a 501c3. And I intend to get some links up here on our Facebook page as well. Hopefully, I'll also improve the quality of these presentations to you. I'll be traveling the next 3 days, but I will make an effort to give an update, even if it's shorter than the couple that we've done the last 2 nights that have been 20 minutes. But I just want to share what comes out of Israel, and appreciate your time tonight. May God bless you all. And we love you. We feel the love. And shalom. Laila Tov.